Hey guys, Danilo here again. I'm gonna record a video showing you better what the project is. So if you are not following along, you're gonna have a better idea of what I'm trying to build here. And also, we'll be working together for the next maybe 1.5 or 2 hours, or maybe even more. I don't know. But the idea here is to actually show you my process of creating this, like what tools I'm using and how I'm doing it. You're gonna see like real time. Um, so let's get started. Right now, you see the project as it is. So this is what we've built so far. So we have a dashboard. Of course, there's a sign-in page before. You see here many emails. Let me put my password. So authentication is working. If you guys want a video of how I did authentication, I can show you later. But authentication is working. We have a dashboard with all of my projects. We have a few simple account settings here. A lot of things here are not working, and the UI is not actually the final product. Of course, this is just an MVP. You can favorite your project here. It's gonna pin there. If you try to favorite more than one, more than three, you can't. This is a rule that I set up there. You can search for projects. So for example, let's search for something that do not exist. Yes. So the search bar is working. You have a need help button here. Of course, none of these buttons are working, but we have the element here, the animation working. So I can just link anything I want later. And you can create a new project here. If you're using a Mac, you're gonna see Command F, but if you're using Windows, you're gonna see Control F. This is a cool feature that I implemented as well. Everything is working. So for example, if I create a new project, this is gonna be stored on the database. So I can change the name to, for example, Orange. I don't know. And then if I log out and then log in again, yes, it's here. Here it is, the project. But okay, now to see what you have, let's try to explain what we are trying to build, what we're actually trying to build here. I have a prototype here that I built in Figma. If you don't know, I used to be a designer. I actually consider myself a designer. And I used to work at IBM, now at Brex. But when I was a designer, and especially when I was in college, I was working as a freelancer, designing brands and websites for my classmates, my other founders in my class. And I wish there was a tool for me to make the process of creating the brands faster and easier, because this way I could get more clients and just earn more money. And now with AI, I wanted to build something like this using AI, but I didn't have the technical skills because I'm not a software developer. But now with Lovable and other tools, you can actually do that yourself. So this was my initial idea. It was a tool specifically tailored for brand designers. So not all types of designers, just brand designers. It was specifically focused on brand designers to develop entire brand projects, including verbal communication, all of those kind of things for brands, but also the visual part of the brand. So logos, colors, fonts, all of that. Because I do think that with today's technology, you can actually generate a project that a junior designer will be able to, but you can do it in like a few minutes, maybe using a tool like this. And right now, the designers that are using AI on their workflow, they're working like with many, like tens of different tools for different parts of the project. It's a mess. So the idea here is to consolidate everything into one tool. All of your projects are gonna be just organized here. Is going to be a way much better experience for you as a designer. So that was my initial prototype. I changed it a little bit after, but I want to go back to this initial prototype because what I'm doing here is I was trying to build something too broad, so for all kinds of projects. It could be brand design, it could be a character design, it could be a I don't know, architecture design or something like that. But I want to go back to something that is more niche, so I can actually generate value for the customers and just learn more about the problem and monetize the idea faster. So we're gonna go back to this initial idea, which is focus on brand design. Here you could create a new project. You're gonna upload your briefing, the customer briefing. This is the value proposition. You can generate an entire project just by putting here your client briefing, or you can do it manually if you want to. And then you can create a new project. So once you create a project, you're gonna have the kind of positioning part of the project, which is basically text. So the verbal identity, golden circle, target, customers, archetype, manifest, all of that is going to be generated automatically based on your briefing. Here you can see the briefing here as well. You can chat with the assistant about your project. The assistant is going to have the context because of your briefing here. You can rename, of course, and then once you're done with this positioning part, you can do the visual. So you can generate colors, typography, logo, icons, illustration, and mockups. And then once you get to this part, you're gonna see like an infinite canvas, like Figma, or like this, where you can go up and down. And yeah, that was the first idea. So now we need to change everything that we have here, this UI, to something like this. This was too broad. Oh, sorry. This was too broad. This was too time consuming. I would waste like months trying to build something like this all by myself. So I need to do something that is more feasible. So we're gonna do something like this. And just so if you don't understand how to do that, here's a quick briefing on how to create something like this, or how I started. I started with Lovable. You can use different tools, like I think there's V0 from Verso. You can use Cursor, of course, but Lovable has a simpler UI for people that are not technical, and also there's a bunch of integrations that you can do with Supabase, for example. So it's a really great tool for you to prototype and create MVPs and maybe scale. So yeah, I built all of that using Lovable, ChatGPT that I'm using to create the prompts, so I can prompt Lovable, and I'm also using Supabase for the like the backend of the project. Let me open Supabase here. Yeah, I think it's the same page. Yeah, let me see if I can see the tables. Yeah, so here you have the tables. Yeah. So this is the project, and now we're gonna, as I mentioned, we're gonna do something like this. So the first thing here is that we need to change the process of creating a new project, because right now when you create a new project, it just creates. But with this new design, we need to ask the user for the briefing. I have the kind of feature working here for context. So as you can see, I have a table on here in Supabase for context. So every context that the user add here, it is added here. So we actually capture this. So it shouldn't be difficult for us to build something like this. The UI should be simple as well. The point is, after having this and having this stored in the database, I actually passing this to the AI so that the project can be created. This is gonna be the hard part, but tonight we're gonna try to build this. We're gonna try to build this kind of element here on the screen, and yeah, that's the main focus for today. So how would I do it? The first thing that I would do is I would just copy this. I would take a screenshot. Then I will say to ChatGPT, By the way, my conversation with ChatGPT is really long here. As you can see, I can't even go up because it's too extensive. So it's kind of trained it on how to generate lovable prompts. I didn't use any specific GPT. I just started a new conversation and asking what I needed. So now I need the user to be. So since this conversation is really long, it's kind of slow as well. Now I need the user to be ask it to upload the client briefing before creating a new project. As you can see, it's really slow. Also, I'm using it to develop in another computer that I'm using to record my video here. So this computer that I'm using here is not the best, but it'll work. Now I need the user to be asked to upload the client briefing before creating a new project. It should look like the image attached. So we're going to upload the image here. And then let's see what ChatGPT gives me. Of course, you can use Claude or any other AI that you want to. I'm just using it to use ChatGPT, and I like it. Yeah, so let's wait. Yeah, it's really slow. Maybe I'll have to reload the page. By the way, I don't have a name nor a brand for this product, so if you guys have ideas or suggestions, I want to generate the brand using the product, but like I don't have ideas for the name. So if you guys have suggestions, feel free to comment. Maybe I need to reload this. Yeah, it's kind of slow. If it doesn't work, I'll need to create a new conversation with GPT. Okay, let's see if I can open a new conversation. New conversation. Yeah, it's really slow. So I'm gonna say something like, I'm creating. So what do you know about my AI tool for designers? Just so I can start a conversation with a little bit more context. So yeah, it knows I'm building a SaaS platform for brand designers, full brand identities. Yeah, so it just knows about me and my project. Yeah, it still didn't work here. I need you. So for now on, you will give me prompts so I can copy and paste them on Lovable. The AI assistant for creating software. Oh, it worked here. So let's see. Prompt for Lovable. We need to ask the user to upload a client briefing before they can create a new project. The behavior. Yes, it's kind of prompt that I was using. Now you just need to evaluate what ChatGPT gave you. So when the user clicks new project, instead of opening the project canvas, show up briefing model. This model was stops. Model title. Briefing. Stops. Uploader. Yeah, so it looks great, but we're gonna do this in 2 different prompts. So we're not gonna prompt Lovable to do everything in just one shot because it's too much. So we're gonna first try to prompt about just creating the functionality of like asking you to to upload the briefing, and then actually storing and like making the buttons work. We're gonna do this in a different prompt. So the first one is gonna be something like this. We just copy it. Again, come to level. I like to refresh the page when there's been some time that I haven't done a prompt. Yeah, so let's see. Yeah, here it is. We're gonna do something like this. We're gonna take the screenshot here again. It's here, and then I don't know if this makes the makes Lovable works better or works best, but like I just like to like do something like this, like put numbers and sections. So like for example, behavior, and then you do like points, like bullet points. So when the user clicks new project, instead of opening the project account, show briefing model first. My initial prototype was in Portuguese, so we're gonna have to change that to English later. So yeah, so we have behavior with design requirements. You can do like 2 tabs, upload area. Yaki, oh, sorry. And here, like the image, attention. Yes, here it is. Many trust users, yeah. So we're good to go here. Let's see what's gonna create for us. And yeah, if it doesn't work, we'll keep like trying until we get the results that we want. If we completely break the project, we can always go back to a previous version, which is here. But yeah, let's see. Oh, you can also open, rename, and duplicate the project. This is already working. You can delete it as well. Alright, so it's loading. And like, to be fair, I've built this in like a week, while I work full time in another job, just working on the weekends and at night. So it's pretty awesome that I was able to do something like this without coding, just prompting. So yeah, let's see. It says it implemented. So let's see if I create a new project. Yes, there it is. Look, this is amazing. Like, it's not exactly like the design that I have here, but it's pretty good for an MVP. And we can also we can always just change the design by asking him what it needs to do. And if you're like, if you really want to know what you need to change, you can ask here, and then you can inspect it. So let's say that I want I want this to be bigger. I don't know. You can just come here. If you want to be more specific with Lovable, you can see the class here, CSS, HTML, and then you can ask for ChatGPT to create a new prompt for you. Yeah, this is another tip I use sometime. This seems to be working, so you can upload your document here. We're gonna have to change this to port to English. You can do it manually. Yeah, let's see. Let's see if it has the animation. Oh, so it's too big. Let's see this one. Yeah. So I think it's not working, but this is what we expected because I didn't say how it should work. So we can now make this work. One thing that I noticed is that we have a closing, like a close button here, and then we have another one here. I don't think we need to, so I'm gonna ask him to delete one, probably the one here, because I think it's more intuitive to close here. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Other thing that is that I want the border radius to be, to have more radius, I think. And yeah, I think this is, we could do the icon here, but we're just gonna waste credits. And we wanna actually have a working prototype and a working MVP really fast, so we're not gonna bother about this CSS stuff here. But since we have a few things to change here, which is the button and the border radius, I think it's worth a small prompt here. So I would say now, yeah, it's really slow. Now I need to increase the border radius of this. How did you call it? We said this is a briefing model. So hopefully, if this project works, I'll be able to buy a better computer. Yeah, so now I need to increase the border radius of this briefing model. Now I need to, let's do something like this. I don't like to delete things that I'm not sure if I'm gonna be using again later. So for example, I don't want to delete this button. So we're just gonna change this visibility to like none. So if I want to re-enable this after, we can easily. We don't have to actually create the button again. So disable the visibility of the it's in Portuguese, so let's use the Portuguese word here for sure, but at the bottom. Usually if I'm just asking for like simple CSS stuff like this, I like to do at least 3 things, so I don't waste my credits. So maybe we could do the icon. So yeah, so let's add an icon there. Add an icon on the left of the title section. We could specify which icon we want, which is gonna be something like this. Let me be more specific. I want let's see if we can use a new conversation. Let's see if it's faster. We could do the same here. Yeah, it's faster. Yeah, this conversation is really so update the briefing model with the following changes, increase photo rate. Yeah, it looks great for me. I like to do refinements here. Use the following image as the icon. We're not gonna like this. Use the attached image as the icon. We can copy this again, paste it here. All right. What's cool about Level is that if you reload the page here, the prompt is gonna be here, so you don't lose your prompt. That's also great. You do have to upload the image again, but that's okay. So yeah, this is what we have right now. Let's see what Level does. I should have asked Lovable to change the text to Portuguese from Portuguese to English. I forgot about this. Yeah, this should be really simple. Let's see if this is working. Seems it's not working. I don't know. Yes. Okay. So. Okay. So you just use the image here. You hide the button here. You know, I actually don't like it. I don't like it. I think this is bad. We could waste more prompts here to make an actual icon here, but like, yeah, I just don't like it. So what I'm gonna do here, this is a great opportunity to show this feature, is that like we could do one more prompt to get it back to where it was before, and like delete this icon, add the button here again. But we don't want to waste credits, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna come here to the previous version. I'm gonna log in again. So yeah, this is the last, and then we're gonna make this we're gonna restore this version, so this is gonna be the actual version again, and we still have almost 200 credits to waste. Okay, so this is the norm again. Yeah, fine. So now that we have the model here, we need to store the briefing from the customer. We need it to be stored here in project context. Yeah, so let's ask. Now I need the context provided by the customer to be stored, and it's called project contents table on Supabase. The columns, since this conversation doesn't have the entire context on Supabase, I'm gonna have to add the context here. So since the columns for this table are I don't know if it's possible to copy all the make this no. Yes, I'm just gonna copy this. So project ID file URL file name. I'm just doing this because maybe this is gonna impact the prompt. File type. Description. Created ad. Extracted tests. Next. And embedding vector. And if you're wondering why did I get this columns, specifically this columns for this table, on this conversation, when I created this table, ChatGPT helped me to define what would be the best columns to have on this table. Basically, like, columns are the data that you're storing from that action for the customer. So in this case, we'll have all of this information from the files of the customers, and then if needed, we can add more. Yeah. I think that's it. A text provided by the customer should be stored in project on this table and display the columns for these tables are. Okay, so that's it. Yeah, ChatGPT is not working. Right context, upload. Yeah, something I'm thinking here is that if the customer can both upload the briefing or manually typing, we should consider that. So maybe like having a new column on, like kind of the type that the user had. So if it was manually inputted or if it was uploaded. So let's ask ChatGPT. How should we address the fact that customer can upload and can upload more? The customer project context stable, flexible, and optional both case handle. Do we have project context? We don't. Okay. So, okay. So yeah, that's the table. So now channel both case cleanly. Common manual input file. Yeah, I think we should be using this. Let's see, because it has the context, so the prompts are better. So it's slower, it'll probably crash and I'll have to reload it again, but since it has the context, it's gonna be easier. Then once once the customer uploads it here, the advanced button should become, clickable, and then a new project will be created. Yeah, so that's our objective for today. It's interesting that the most difficult part is actually generating the prompts than building the website. Just because of a technical issue. Okay. So it says in source. Yeah, no KPA. Okay. All right, so now we have a prompt. So let's see. Store customer provided the product context. Save one subabase the user can either upload. Follow if the user upload the file, center row and the product on with. Types the briefing manually in center row and with. All right. Yeah, so we're gonna do this first because again, like if I ask Lovable to do everything, it's gonna be just too much for one prompt probably. So we're gonna do separate prompts here. So the first one is gonna be something like this. One thing that I'm thinking here is that actually, like if you think like that the context is related to one specific project, when the user is creating a new project and it uploads a new document, technically you don't have a project yet, so it's not related to any project unless the user advances. So we need to think about this. So before I do it here, let's catch ChatGPT. So considering the let me write the prompt here because it's faster. The user will only be created Okay, so let's see. Oh, yeah, I need to paste this here. All right, so we have prompt here. All right, so we're probably gonna go with this option here, which is the one recommended. So I know we need a prompt now. Let's do the prompt here. Now I need a prompt. Let's check for the recommended option. Then we're gonna paste it here. All right, so we have what seems to be a great prompt here. I think it's just kind of complicated, but let's see what Lovable does. It's gonna be good for you to see how Lovable handles configuring Supabase projects. So that's the here. Like step one. I like to just something like this, just show for better readability. Okay. Step 2, usage flow. One, two, three, four, five, six. When the user uploads her, and so we have 2 here. So then we have 3. All right. Yeah, let's see if Flovo does it. Oh, there's just one thing that I forgot to mention, which is I think it'd be great to be explicit here about when the user clicks Avanzar on the briefing module. So let's see if Lovable will actually understand what we asked them to do. Yeah, so here you have Lovable asking us to apply changes on SQL for Supabase. If you're not sure what this means, you can always copy this and ask ChatGPT to reveal it, but usually it's fine. And I'm just gonna apply changes here. Once we have like a working software that actually helps users, I think it's pretty easy to integrate Stripe as well, so you can start monetizing. We're gonna do this in the future. Let's see if this works. So I'm just gonna reload this. Let's reload Supabase. So we should see a new table here called Staged Project Contest. Okay, here it is. We don't have anything yet because it should only work when users try to create a new project. So that's just keep reloading it until it works. Let's see here. Okay, alright, so I'm in preview mode. I can type something here. I can do Avanzar. Okay, so I have a new project here. It was created. Let's see if it was updated here on the table. Yeah, maybe we don't have anything. Just do a super test. We should see super test here. Oh, it's here, right? But if I click here, maybe there's gonna be like something. No, this doesn't make sense. Create a new table called stated with the following columns. Okay. I think that maybe we don't need that. Maybe we just don't need it. Like maybe it would work without this. So it would be something like this. In the project context page, the user can either please implement the following with project ID. All right, so yeah, I don't think we would need this, like this configuration that we just did. I'm just thinking if we should go back one version, because I'm not sure if I restore it, if this is gonna change what we have here in Simple Base. I think we just can live with that and just keep going here. So let's make everything. The user can either please implement the following behavior. If the user uploads a file, um, we will need Notable to create source. Yeah, we can copy this. All right, so let's see what Lovable does. We still have a lot of credits. So it asked me to reveal SQL. It looks good. It's basically the same thing that we copied from ChatGPT. Okay, so it seems this worked. Let's test it. So on projects, we should now have a new column called source, I think. All right, so it seems this is working. We now have source here in the project context table. Yeah, so we get the let's try to do something like written, like something. And I create here, and then I'll do like fake name, and update this. Okay, so it gives me that the file type is text. It gives the file name as manual briefing. We see here something. All right, so it created, but the source is you uploaded. I think that source should be manual. Now let's see. All right, so let's try a prompt like that we didn't ask ChatGPT to write. Sometimes you can do that. Because you see that the source column was not working. We need this to be like manual, so we can identify which contacts here were manually inputted or which were like actually uploaded. Right, so it seems this is working. Let's test it. I don't know if this is gonna be updated because this was previously created. Yeah, no. Let's do one more thing. And I think if this is work, we're good to finish this video here. Let's see. One more thing. Let's see. Yeah, it's working. So we have one more thing here. It says that it was manually inputted. It is processed since it was manually inputted. Manual briefing input. Okay. The file name is new. Okay. Yeah, it's working. So now we are close to get the brand tool done. Yeah, so that was it for this today's video. I hope you guys like it and you'll learn it. And maybe I'll keep showing how this project is going, recording more videos like this, which is basically me working live, and you see how I think and what I'm doing. Yeah, hope you like it, and leave a comment and a like, and yeah, see you guys soon.